Good evening and welcome to The Feed. I'm Kevin Christensen.
And I'm Jonathan Wright. And here's what's up.
Mark Zuckerberg announced that Facebook will finally begin developing their long-anticipated update, the dislike button.
This summer, rapper 50 Cent filed for bankruptcy after court-ordered payments and high expenses. To see the full story, watch 50's new movie, Get Rich or try Chapter 11.
Zimbabwe President Robert Mugabe accidentally delivered the wrong speech in Parliament, giving the same one he had delivered in the previous month's State of the Nation address. Man, that's awkward. Kind of like that time Abraham Lincoln made that speech in Washington and was all like, 7 years ago. Wait, this speech rings about, like, I swear I did this one already. Yeah.
Donald Trump recently told a biographer that when I look at myself in the first grade and I look at myself now, I'm basically the same. Said everyone, what? You act like a first grader? No way.
You know, speaking of Trump, Arnold Schwarzenegger actually has announced that he will be taking over for Trump as the new host on The Celebrity Apprentice. This is probably the one and only time we will ever see Trump hand over something of his to be run by a foreigner. He's like, yo, forget you're fired, you're terminated. I'll be back after these messages.
This season, the NFL introduced its first female referee in history. Right? Yeah, that deserves a clap. Yeah, definitely. The players don't have a problem with her calling penalties. They just wish she'd tell them what it is they did wrong. Jeez. Honestly.
No, that's a penalty.
A penalty? What? What did I do?
Just
what?
No, I can't.
What do you want from me?
I just can't.
What? What? Yeah.
No.
What do you want?
Do you want?
What do you want?
No.
What do you want?
It's not that
what
simple.
What do you want?
It's
what
not that simple. What? Do you want another
Yo,
penalty? Do you want a timeout?
Babe.
Do you want a timeout?
Babe,
you know, I can't even.
You can't even ref.
Excuse me?
Huh?
Anyway. A 14-year-old high school student in Texas was arrested after authorities mistook a homemade clock he created and showed his teacher for a terrorist device. Authorities found additional terrorist devices such as this lead poison injecting dagger, an unhackable terrorist cell network communication medium, and this RPG angle positioning system.
Well, election season has begun, and the candidates have begun their campaigning, rallying, and attempts to connect with the voters.
Now, in case you haven't been following election coverage, Democrats currently have 6 declared candidates, while Republicans have... Wait, who all is running?
That I announce that I am a candidate for president.
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 President. President.
President.
President.
President.
President.
President.
President.
President.
President of the United States of America.
15?
That's way too many. I mean, my goodness, I feel like picking a candidate is like picking a character on Super Smash Brothers.
Now, the great thing about the American system, though, is anyone can run. The bad thing about the American system is anyone can run.
And we've seen exactly that. For this next election, nearly 600 people have registered with the Federal Election Commission to legally be considered a candidate.
And we're not making any of these up, by the way. You probably didn't know about Limberbutt McCubbins, a Kentucky cat that believes in space exploration, or Buddy the Elf, registered with the North Pole, or Crawfish Be Crawfish of New Orleans. Well, Chris Christie probably checked out Crawfish Be Crawfish, but you probably didn't.
But none of these no-name candidates have gotten any votes except for one, a 15-year-old from Iowa who, when it came to votes, got him.
Candidate named D's Nuts. Really? A candidate registered as an independent from Iowa has the legal name of D's Nuts.
No. Almost 1 in 10 voters in North Carolina say they prefer D's Nuts.
That's right. 1 in 10 support D's Nuts for president.
Ha! Got him. Not only that, but Mr. Nuts actually did better than some of the other presidential hopefuls, polling in Iowa and Minnesota at 8% and North Carolina at 9%.
So as we looked at all these candidates, we tried to figure out who was really worth covering, and started with the Democrat side to see if any candidates could connect with young voters.
Like when Hillary connected with the youths with her first ever Snapchat.
I'm just chilling in Cedar Rapids.
Chilling in Cedar Rapids?
Girl, you still chilling in the 90s. I mean, I didn't even know Windows 98 could support Snapchat. I don't know.
But you know, maybe Snapchat is just the thing for Hillary, because unlike her emails, at least Snapchats delete themselves. Let's just hope she didn't introduce Bill to Snapchat. Like, wait a minute. Hey, you said these photos delete themselves.
What?
And can't be traced.
No.
I love technology.
But Hillary wasn't the only one to try and connect with young voters. Bernie Sanders got jiggy with his jargon when it came to criminal justice reform.
To tell you that my plans for criminal justice reform are on fleek.
Hold up. Did you say on fleek or unfleek? Because as a young black 20-something male voter, I think I can safely say that unfleek is not a word, but your policies might be unfleek.
Well, while Bernie was attempting to understand his general state of fleekness, potential candidate Joe Biden was still trying to figure out exactly what countries constitute North America.
North America is going to be, for the first half of this century at least, the epicenter of energy in the world. North America. Mexico, the United States, and China.
I'm sorry, China? Look, Joe, I know that everything we use in North America says made in China, but that doesn't mean China joined our continent.
So while some Democrats were busy trying to connect with the young American, including the Chinese, voters, Republicans were busy alienating them.
Trump is enraging many people with his remarks about Mexican immigrants.
They're bringing drugs, they're bringing crime, they're rapists, and some, I assume, are good people.
Trump, you can't say that.
And finishing it up with some, I assume, are good people, doesn't excuse the blanket statement you just made about Mexicans as a whole. That's like me saying, I can't even think of an analogy for that. You really just called all Mexicans rapists and drug dealers.
In fact, you still didn't even say any Mexicans are good. You said you assume a few are good. Like, I don't know, maybe there's a few good Mexicans out there, but hey, I wouldn't know. And you know me, I don't like to speculate.
Well, I'm sure once he made these comments, Trump knew he lost the roughly 54 million Hispanic votes. I mean, he had to know they wouldn't vote for him after that, right?
I have many legal immigrants working with me. Many of them come from Mexico. They love me, I love them. And I'll tell you something, if I get the nomination, I'll win the Latino vote. I will win it.
Are you sure about that? I mean, it's really awkward to come later and be like, hey, so I know I called your family a bunch of drug dealers and rapists, but hear me out. I can still count on your vote, right? Come on, amigo. You know I didn't mean everyone. Amigo.
But Trump didn't stop with the Mexicans. Take a look at this rally, which Trump doesn't correct a supporter who called Obama a foreigner and a Muslim.
Okay, this man, I like this guy. From White Plains. Amen. Okay. We problem in this country. It's called Muslims. We know our current president is one. Right. You know he's not even an American. We need this birth certificates, man. But anyway, we have training camps growing where they want to kill us. Mm-hmm. That's my question. When can we get rid of it?
We're going to be looking at a lot of different things. And, you know, a lot of people are saying that, and a lot of people are saying that bad things are happening out there. We're going to be looking at that and plenty of other things.
See, Trump's response of, we need this question, is quite frankly a response we don't need. I mean, look at this lady in the back.
This country, it's called Muslims.
Even she knows this ain't gonna end up well for Trump.
Look, regardless of if you like the current person in office or not, perpetuating falsities and reinforcing rumors are always a red flag when it comes to the candidacy of president. There will always be crazy supporters, but that doesn't mean you have to agree with them. In fact, in 2008, then-candidate John McCain received a similar question. Now take a look at how he handled it.
I ask you a question. I do not I can't trust Obama. I have read about him, and he's an Arab. He is not. No?
No, ma'am. He's a decent family man, citizen that I just happen to have disagreements with on fundamental issues, and that's what this campaign is all about. He's not. Thank you.
See, that's how politicians should be countering misconceptions. Now, I don't think that being an Arab and being a family man are mutually exclusive, as he put it, but that's not the point here. That's not the point.
I mean, one of these times, I just want to see a candidate look someone like that in the eyes and say,
"Why you always lying? Why you always lying? Oh my word, stop all that lying."
The point is that both parties have polarized to such an extensive intensity that they can't accomplish anything. Over the last several years, we've seen multiple near shutdowns of the government and one actual shutdown in this very month 2 years ago, simply because they won't work together.
And now we face the threat of another government shutdown, only to be saved, and by saved we mean delayed until December, by one man, John Boehner. There's a name you don't want to misread.
Former Speaker of the House and part-time Oompa Loompa, John Boehner, resigned after a 5-year fight with his own party. He was tired of fighting Republicans who refused to reach across the aisle when he would.
So, in his last stand, he saved the government from shutting down and turned in his letter of resignation. Basically, the 8th most conservative man in Congress just wasn't conservative enough.
So, while some Republicans were sad to see him go, Democrats were not, as expressed by Democratic leader Nancy Pelosi when she was asked if she would miss him.
Are you going to miss him?
Well, know one thing. I respect my colleague.
That's awkward. That's like that awkward moment when you're hanging out with all your ex's friends and they're like, "Are you gonna miss them?" And you're all like, know that I respect my ex."
Look, we've reached a point where Republicans and Democrats won't work together, but that doesn't mean it has to continue.
The thing that we here at The Feed want for you is simply to be informed. New candidates mean new opportunities to change this stalemate of our country.
But choosing which one will actually make that change is up to you. Just ensure that you're making an informed decision, so if you get a bad president, people ask why you voted for them, you don't end up looking like this.
Know one thing. I respect my colleague.
Well, our special guest tonight has said a lot of things that ruffled the feathers of a lot of people.
But we thought we'd give him a second chance. So please welcome the man behind the brand and below the hair, Donald Trump.
I've never seen this girl before in my life.
Awesome. Cool. Yeah, Donald Trump.
Thank you guys for having me on your show. I love this show. I've always loved this show. I watch it every night.
We're not on every night.
Well, whenever it's on.
Yeah, well, we're college students, so we can't do it that frequently. I mean, we can't make that kind of time commitment.
Yeah, just whenever it's on, okay?
I feel like you have an extremely hard time admitting when you're wrong.
When have I ever said anything wrong?
Oh, well, I don't know. Maybe when you accused Obama of being a Muslim.
Or when you said that anchor had blood coming out of her wherever.
Or basically any time you've said anything about Mexico ever.
Now hold on. I love the Mexicans. I tell people that all the time. Many of my employees are from Mexico.
I think you mean Mexico.
That's what I said, Mexico.
Okay, well, we're not here to talk about Mexico. We're here to ask a question no one else seems to be asking. What will happen if you lose the election?
Lose? Have you guys been paying attention to the polls? 51% of the American population believe I'm going to win. And that's all I need. Listen here, guys. People want a strong man leading them. And none of the other candidates come even close.
What about Hillary Clinton?
Please, no one's going to vote for a woman.
Okay, how about Jeb Bush? I mean, he's pretty far up in the polls.
Like I said, no one's going to vote for a woman.
All right, let's just pretend for a minute that some Americans think you would make a terrible president.
Now, wait,
wait, we're just being hypothetical
Yeah.
here. But if, God forbid, some people actually did make the responsible and completely well-founded decision not to vote for you,
Well,
what would you do?
Well, as long as we're being hypothetical, and that's a big if I were to lose, I guess I could run for the president of this place. I hear yours is retiring.
Whoa, wait a second. You want to replace Beats?
Yeah, the idea's growing on me.
But how could you run an Adventist institution if you're not even an Adventist?
How do we even know Beats is an Adventist?
Excuse me?
How do you know for sure he's from this denomination? I want to see a baptismal certificate.
Oh, boy. Okay. Well, while we're working on that, here's an interesting question. What do you think even makes you qualified to lead Southern?
I'm a business genius. I'm the Donald. I've helped several other institutions out of bankruptcy. I know I can do the same for Southern.
Southern isn't bankrupt.
Really? Then why is your tuition so high?
That makes a good point.
Like, why do they have to shut down that little restaurant everybody loved? What was it called? The Campus Kitchen?
Oh, wait, no. Hey, we're actually not allowed to talk about that.
You know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to make Southern Adventist University great again.
Okay, and how exactly do you intend to do that?
Well, first I'll start by reopening the CK. I'll have to rebrand it, though. What do you boys think of Trump's Kitchen or the TK?
I don't know if we need like another Trump label on something.
Hey, what am I asking you for? You don't know anything about business.
Well, I am a
Shut
business
up.
major.
Now, here's my idea. Students shouldn't have to walk all the way across campus for food. It should be right there in front of them when they want it. So I'm going to open a whole chain of Trump's Kitchens on campus. You want a Master Burger while you're studying in the library? Boom, you got it. Need a waffle to stay awake in earth science class? Bam, it's right there. Feel like a sassy burrito while you're sitting on the toilet? That's great, just great. We deliver.
That actually sounds like a good idea. I mean, maybe not the last one, but
No.
Then again.
Well, what else do you have planned? Casinos instead of combos? The end of all curfews? The restoration of cultural dancing?
Bailando.
Well, I'd like to get rid of all the foreign students.
Whoa,
Wait.
What?
Whoa, calm down. I'm not talking about the Asians. I've been to your library, and I know that they're maintaining the average GPA of the entire university.
Yeah, Donald Trump.
How much are you paying her? Okay, that is an offensive stereotype.
I'm not even talking about the Mexicans. What do you have, like 2 of them on campus?
Well, hey, look, coming from a Hispanic background.
Hey, studying abroad doesn't make you Hispanic.
Yeah, whatever. Look, I'll have you know that we have many Hispanic students on our very diverse campus. We're even thinking, thank you. Do we have any Hispanics in the house? We're even thinking about replacing our house band with a group called Juan Direction.
Really? Really, that's great. That's just great. They can all work at Trump's Kitchen.
Oh,
no. We are going to get so much hate mail.
When I say we need to send all the foreign students back, I'm talking about the students from Oakwood.
Whoa.
Wow.
So much hate mail.
So much hate mail.
Wow. Wait. Time out. That doesn't even make sense. We have a great relationship with Oakwood. It's our sister school. I got you, Oakwood.
Me
no,
too.
Listen to me. Southern's policies are stupid. The acceptance rate is stupid. And the Oakwood administration, they're smarter, they're sharper, they're more cunning. They send the bad ones to us because they don't want to pay for them, and they don't want to take care of them.
Wait, that's the exact same thing you said about the Mexican government.
You do realize that's blatant racism, right?
No, it's not. This has nothing to do with colored people. I love the
They're not
blacks.
called that.
Some of my best friends are colored blacks.
That's redundant.
But they are bringing drugs.
Oh, no.
Okay.
They are bringing crime.
Oh, no.
And some, I assume, are good people.
All right, Trump, you want to go? Is that what you want right
John,
now? Yo,
John, please.
You want to go right
John,
now? Is that
John,
what you
John, stop. John, please sit down. Besides, your punches are like Fetty Wap. You get like one solid hit, and the rest, don't really land.
See what I mean? That's why we can't have too many of them at Southern. They're too violent. At the end of the day, we have to ask ourselves, wasn't the South better with segregation?
Whoa!
Okay.
Hold me back, please. Hold me back.
John, just
Listen, I'm just being honest. Like I've said, I don't like to be politically correct.
Oh, we know.
And I think that's a big problem this university has. When I'm president,
Trump. Hey, yo, Trump. Is that
Kanye West?
Look, I hear what you're saying, bruh, and I'm gonna let you finish in a minute. But as y'all have probably guessed by now, I have decided to run for president of Southern Adventist University. People of this
Is
here
he doing his
university.
VMA speech again?
Yeah, I think he is.
Oh,
I
great.
think he is. Y'all cannot let Donald Trump be president. He already owns like a bunch of businesses and golf courses. Yo, no one man should have all that power. Y'all know what? I know what you're thinking. You're probably wondering, did he have a couple of sassy burritos before he came out here? The answer is yes. I rolled a couple tortillas. I knocked the edge off. But it's not even about me. Okay, it's about all right, ideas, okay, bro. Stop. Both of you. Neither of you can be president. How, Sway? You ain't got the answer, Sway. You ain't got the answer. You know what?
Sway.
You know what? Do y'all want me to be president? I said, do you want your boy Yeezy to be president? Listen to the kids, bro.
Ladies and gentlemen, Donald Trump and Kanye West.
Well, so much for giving him a second chance. But to be serious for a second, Kev, the scary thing is that these guys are the ones leading the country right now, both in politics and pop culture.
You're right, John. And that's why we're talking about it here. Look, we're not making up the offensive or dumb things these leaders have said. We're simply reporting them. Granted, we do it through the medium of comedy, but that doesn't make the real issues here any less serious.
We just want you, the general public, to be informed. So when you hear a politician say something ridiculous or offensive, you recognize it for what it is. And instead of being swept away along with the rest of the crowd, you can look at the politician right in the eye and say, "Why you always lying? Why you always lying? Oh my word, stop all that lying." Well, that's all the time we have for tonight, but remember,
just like a girl waiting for her pumpkin spice latte,
don't you go anywhere.